Hello, it is 10 minutes. We work busy, study, and enjoy spending time with people. We are filled with pride, a sense of accomplishment, and overflowing joy. However, when all of this disappears, feelings of loneliness and fear that were previously unseen rise up within the heart. So we try to forget these feelings by meeting people, seeing things, working, sleeping, or constantly doing something. However, what fills our hearts is only temporary, and once again, it becomes empty and disappointed. At this point, we can't help but admit it. It means our hearts are empty. Regarding this emptiness, Solomon left these words, "Vanity of vanities, all is vanity." Solomon was a king of Israel who enjoyed the greatest wealth and glory of his time through the wisdom given to him by God. He indulged in wine and pleasure, undertook great enterprises to build houses, cultivated vineyards, amassed great wealth, and had many wives and concubines. How about you? Would you have been satisfied if you had lived like Solomon? But Solomon declared that everything was meaningless. Do you find this statement convincing? We have expectations for things we do not possess as we live our lives. How great would it be to drive around in a car like that? How wonderful would it be to live in a house like that? How nice would it be to live with that person? We often think like this. It seems like we would truly be satisfied and happy if we just had that. But if Solomon, who experienced and felt everything in advance, told us that everything is meaningless, shouldn't listen carefully to his words? Why do we insist on walking the same path when someone who kindly went before us and regretted it warns us? All we'll feel is that we've lived our lives wrong before we die, trying to fill our entire lives with meaningless things. Perhaps God allowed Solomon to experience everything on our behalf so that we could find a wiser path with God's help. Then if the things of the world cannot fill our hearts, what should we fill them with? God created people with a purpose in mind, just as when someone creates an object, they have a clear purpose in mind. The purpose for which God created humans is to dwell within their hearts and live together. Therefore, in the Bible, people are metaphorically likened to a house or a temple where God dwells. And the relationship between God and humanity is also metaphorically likened to that of a bride and groom. A house is built for people to dwell in, and a bride and groom come together to live as one. In this way, God desired to live with people. However, due to Adam's sin, God had to depart, and God has been working tirelessly for 6,000 years until now to restore all of this. In this way, since God has departed from our hearts where God should be, no matter what we fill our hearts with, they quickly become empty and lonely. However, when we meet believers, we often encounter individuals who confidently assert that God is with them in their hearts. When people live a life of faith, and they are deeply moved or experience profound emotions, they may feel as if God is with them. I have experienced this myself, so I understand it well. However, there must be clear evidence before one can claim that God is completely with oneself. In the New Testament book of Revelation, it is recorded that God will completely resolve human sin and come to people. And it is recorded in great detail what event God will come after, where He will come, and what preparations people should make to welcome God. So we need to check against the Bible whether all these conditions are met before we say that God is with us. It's about whether God truly resides in one's heart or if it's just one's own feeling and misconception. Jesus called Himself the way, the truth, and the life. If we adhere to and follow His words without deviation, we will surely find where God resides. However, even if we have found God, hosting Him in our hearts is another matter altogether. Jesus said, "You are already clean because of the word I have spoken to you." We must prepare ourselves to welcome God by cleansing our spirits with the life-giving words of Jesus, which are like the water of life, just as clean water washes away dirt. Reading 1 Peter chapter 1 verse 22, purifying our souls with the word means obeying the truth and keeping the word. To do this, we must first learn God's words accurately and then obey the word step by step, starting with what we can do. How about studying the Bible together through a Zoom webinar course prepared in 10 minutes and preparing to welcome God step by step? I have left my contact information below, so I look forward to hearing from all of you.